Hello, welcome to video 6 of our series, You'll Get Through This by Max Lucado. Fabulous book. The story, we're in chapter 3 already, and it opens up with him interviewing and talking to a gentleman who lost his son Cooper at the age of 5. They were in an accident together, and he held his son as his son lay dying. And he talks about in that how he hit the bottom of his pit, and he knew where the bottom was. And Joseph was like that. Joseph discovered the auction block in Egypt. He was sold as a slave. In the next chapter, we might think that we would read about somebody who is discouraged, dejected, in despair. But Genesis 39:2 says, "The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a successful man." Joseph arrived with nothing but clothes on his back and the call of God on his heart. That was all he had that encouraged him to not only survive, but to thrive in the situation that he found himself in. I want to encourage you with a couple verses. In Genesis 39, verse 2, it says, "The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a successful man." Verse 3, "His master saw that the Lord was with him." Verse 5, "The Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake." And verse 5, "The blessing of the Lord was on all he had." And I want to encourage you that it was the presence and him knowing that the presence of God went with him wherever he went, from pit to palace to pardoned to prison. Wherever he went, he knew that God was with him. And I want to share this with you. You will never go where God is not. No matter where you find yourself, in the ICU, in the doctor's office, in rehab, wherever you go, God is with you. See, God doesn't play favorites. He is with each of us. The story of Moses shows us a man who preferred to go nowhere and just stay where he was at than to go where God wasn't. Exodus 33:15 says, "If your presence does not go with us, then don't bring us up out of here." And David was the same way. After he screwed up royally and confessed, Psalm 51:11 says, "Do not cast me away from your presence. Make God's presence your passion." You need to make God's presence your passion. It can't be just a feeling. You have to realize that it is a fact. And in future videos, in the next 2 videos, we are going to discover how to make God's presence your passion. Getting that again down deep now, so that when the crisis hits or the pit comes, you know that you know that you know that your God is not going to leave or forsake you, and that you will never go where God is not. So I want to encourage you with that today. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos where we are going to discover how to make God's presence our passion. Take care. God bless.